as much knowledge as you would want us to have. We want to thank you for the exhibitors, Lord, as they do their presentations. Father, I pray you will guide them, oh God. We pray for understanding, even from our visitors, Father, as they enjoy their day. Father, protect each one of us. We want to thank you even for those who have made our institution great, that God, you have given us this opportunity that we may display and serve mankind. And you have told us, as we serve mankind, we are also serving you. We pray for good weather. We pray for good day. Whatever we are going to eat, we will reign well with us, oh God. And when we go home, we pray that this day will mark a big journey, a career journey for someone who is here, our students, oh God. And our prayer is that you're going to align their career choices with the purpose you have for each one of us. Guide us throughout the day. Every speaker who will speak, oh God, let's draw from your intuition that, Father, we may only speak what you want us to speak to this great gathering that you have given us this day. Lord, we invite you, and this we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
And now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May he look upon you with kindness and give you his peace. For we pray in the great name of Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Thank you, Father Vincent, and your able team of collaborators for leading us in a good word of prayer. So at this point, I'll just do welcome remark. Then we move to the session for the speeches. This function has about four stages. We are already through with the preliminary. We will go to the speeches. After we do the speeches, where we will have the climax being our Vice Chancellor, we will have also some talk from our partners, and we will be knowing them in the due course. We have a team from Amnesty International. We have a guest from Kenya Institute of Management, CEO, Dr. Mureithi. Then from there, we go to Q&A session. And then we will have a DeKUT program. We will have representative from COOPS. And then later on in the afternoon from 12, we will have a chance now to tour around the university, to have interactive session with those exhibitors and all our partners. So at this point, allow me, Vice Chancellor, Professor Peter Mushiri, our Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Esther Magiri, our guest, Dr. Mureithi from Kenya Institute of Management, James Kimiri from Amnesty International, representative from COOPS, HELP, faculty members. I wish to gladly welcome you all to this great day. It's an open day for the university. Our sitting hall capacity is about 1,500 to 2,000. So you can guess we are already around 1,300 or to 500 there. So it is indeed a great day, and we thank you for, honoring that invitation to come and listen to those people who are ahead, to the university, to what we are doing as a DeKUT, and we share with you. And if I touch a bit, I'll mention a few things in terms of the hospitality. We have security team and ushers in case you have anything to do with the security issue or you need any guidance around the university, kindly approach them. They are very accommodating. In case of any first aid that you require, engage them. We'll be able to take care of that. So feel free. At the back, there are washroom. Just after where it is written exit, we have washrooms. And for the guests at the dais, we also have washroom behind the dais. So for the theme for today is navigating your career path through informed choices. And before we invite those who will be speaking to us, just want to underline that issue of choices, because it's through choices. And here I can see we have two categories. We have those who finished the Form 4, the Form 4 graduate. Can I see by a show of hands the Form 4 graduate? I know there are one without uniform. Form 4 graduate? Oh, there are many. There are many. Karibuni. And there are those who are ongoing. Can I see those ongoing by show of hands? We can see you have uniform, so that's the difference. Thank you. I want to say just something small, that we are here to be able to make those choices. So whether you are ongoing or whether you have completed, at every stage we make choices. And I think that is why the theme was crafted as navigating your career path through informed choices. And that's why you are here, to listen to the expert, to listen to the university, what they have to offer. And then from there, you are able to make an informed choices. In life, we always say everything is a reflection of the choices that we make. And indeed, to a big percent, that's a reality. Of course, there are always other factors that influence the choices that we make, or sometimes hinder us from achieving maybe the vision from the choices that we made. But making an informed choice, you need to get the fact, you need to think through it, you need to internalize your feeling, and respond to what you know is best for you. Having gotten the information, then you think through it, you look at what feeling you have, the desire, so that then you can be able to make that informed choices. So for those who are already in between Form 1 and Form 4, because they are here, you still have to make choices. You have to choose maybe the subject that you want to pursue. And you also have one of the key things, after you make all those choices, you have also to make a choice to work hard. There you don't have any other alternative. Because I said, if you choose not to work hard, it will reflect one day in your life. And for the Form 4 graduate, they are here again. They will be making choice for their career path. It may not be DeKUT, it may be DeKUT, but when you come to DeKUT and listen to the expert here, they'll be able to guide you, they'll be able to tell you what we have to offer and what the society has to offer. And then it's upon you, then you go back and make that informed choice. So for me, as I conclude, I only want to wish you all the best as you make those choices. May God help you to make the best choice, a choice that will ever reflect good in you, in your life. Asanteni. So at this point, I want to welcome our Deputy Vice Chancellor. She's in charge of Administration and Finance. She's also the acting Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs and Research. She's a professor, and she'll be talking to us. She's called Professor Esther Mageri. So, Professor, karibu to address your These are your children. Kindly, Prof.
Yeah, thank you very much, Registrar. So our Vice Chancellor, Professor Engineer Peter Nganga Mushiri, our invited guests, and James Murevi from AMSE International, Mr. Murevi Ndegwa, Kim CEO, and all the other invited guests, our registrars, our staff, and our other invited guests on the other side. Good morning. Yeah, so thank you for coming. We start by appreciating you are coming when you were invited. That is a very good step, to be invited and to come. So we really appreciate you for coming. So I want to take this opportunity also to welcome all of us to this open day. This is a very important occasion for all of us. When the Registrar was speaking, I saw there are people from 4 graduates who are waiting to join the university. They have come. They are then the current students in Form 4. You are here. That is very good. And maybe you are teachers. I can see also maybe there are some parents around. I think that is very good, because during the open day, everybody has an agenda why they come. If it is the Form 4 graduates who are waiting to join the university, maybe they want to know which program is there, what is there for them in this university. If it is the current Form 4, they are here to know how to chart the way forward for their career. And if it is the parents and the community, they are here because maybe they want to see what kind of research we do, what other activities we do in the university, so that they can also participate. So for me, I think this is very good. And especially for the Form 4 graduates who has come, that is a very good first step, because as the Registrar said, we are in decision making. When you finish Form 4, the next thing you are thinking, what program am I going to do? Which university am I going to join? I think those questions are very important. So you are welcome here, because now you are here at Dedan Kimathi University of Technology. You will be able to see what we do here in terms of the programs, in terms of the infrastructure that we have, in terms of the learning environment. You know, now those are the indicators that you look and say, for me, this is the university that I want to be in. Just like the way when you are shopping, you do window shopping. You move from one shop to another looking for the best maybe dress or shirt that you can get. So welcome to do that. I think we have the program that we have. By the end of the day, I'm sure you would have made that decision, because seeing is believing, because you will see and then you can be able to make the decision. Now, what I can say is for the Form 4 who are waiting to join in the university, in this university, we have very good programs. We have very good programs, and I think later in the program, you'll be able to be told the specific programs that we have. All of them are accredited by the University Commission, so whichever program that you are going to choose, then that will be good for you. So I can assure you, even before you go around, that our programs are very good. The other thing I can say is in terms of our staff. Our staff are well trained, they are competent, highly competent, and when the students come here, they are able to transform that student. So that is another factor that maybe as an aspiring student to come to this university that you can look at. So I can also assure you, when you come here, you'll be in good hands in terms of the lecturers and the staff who are going to handle your programs. The other thing I can say in terms of administration, we have good facilities, running facilities, appropriate technology. So when you come here again, that one is taken care of. And I think as you go around, because you are here, you go around to see what facilities there, what we have, then you'll be able to make a decision. So for me, I just want to assure you, even before you start going around, that the facilities are good, the equipment in the labs are good, the workshops are very good. So when you come here, you are able to do your program without any problems. Now for the Form 4s who are here, the current Form 4s, I think again, you'll be able to see what we have in terms of the programs, so that even as you will be choosing your career, you'll be able to know what you want and what you can get from our university. And even these other speakers that are here, they will speak to you, then you'll be able to be informed, so that even as you make a choice on the way forward with your career, you can be able to know what choice to make. So for the community or parents who are here, maybe to see what other things we do in the university, you'll be able to, if you go around the exhibitions, you'll be able to see the kind of work that the university is doing, the kind of products that we are making here, the kind of technology that we have. So all those you'll be able to see by yourself, and then you can be able to decide what we can be able to do together. So I think with that, I want to encourage us, as you go around, ask as many questions as you can. Any information that you are not sure, I think we are here to clarify anything, so that even as you go out, you know DeKUT Career University of Technology, so that even when you are talking out there, you can be able to say, I was there, I saw this, and I can confirm myself. I think that is very good. So I think with those few remarks, I don't want to talk much because we are many who are going to speak. Again, I want to welcome you. And with those few remarks, I now want to take this opportunity to welcome our Vice Chancellor to speak to us. So we can welcome him with a hot clap.
Yeah, thanks a lot, our DVC, Professor Esther Magiri. So our invited guests, we have a CEO of Kenya Institute of Management, Dr. Mureithi. We have Mr. Kimira from Amnesty International. We have a representative from KUPS. We have our university management led by our DVC, our registrars, our deans, directors, chair of departments, all the parents present, and let me specifically recognize the parents who are here, because it's a very good thing to see the parents accompanying their students to come and also learn together about the various careers. Maybe with a show of hand, we can appreciate and acknowledge the parents who are present. Our parents? Yes, can we welcome them with a nice hand clap? Thank you, and welcome to Dedan Kimathi University of Technology. We have another important category of the Form 4 graduates who just finished, and certainly these are a very critical group that I'm sure will benefit most from this the session today. Let me see you with a show of hand, and also appreciate you and welcome you. Let's give them a nice hand clap. And finally, we have our secondary schools that are present, and we have a total of 14 secondary schools that are here, together with their teachers and their administrators. I would also be happy to recognize you and welcome you as the Vice Chancellor to this great university, Dedan Kimathi University of Technology. We have Nyaribo Secondary. Maybe I just mentioned, you lift up your hands. Nyaribo Secondary. Nyeri High School. St. Mary Boys. Nyahururu High School. Madhaithi Girls Secondary School. Welcome. St. Joseph's Kihadha Secondary. Thank you. Karibuni sana. St. Bonaventure Kaheti Boys. You are there. Welcome. Jomo Kenyatta Boys. Are we there? Good. It's good I declare that I am a product of Jomo Kenyatta High School. That is where I was many years ago. And yes, there is a Kagofiri Girls. Karibuni sana. Jobe Boys High School. Aha, welcome. Karima Girls. Aha, welcome. They are there. Naibor Secondary School. Yes, welcome. Kanjoli High School. And Mukuroine Boys. And we know they are, yes, Karibuni sana. Where Mukuroine Boys? They are up there. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. So I'm very happy to welcome all of us to Dedan Kimathi University of Technology. And it's very important to have this open day because this university is your university. And we always underline our key mandate in the university. University is a place where we do life transformation. We get a Form 4 leaver like the ones we have here, and we produce an engineer. Myself, I'm a registered mechanical engineer and a full professor in mechanical engineering. And I always say one of my key job descriptions is to produce engineers. So I know you'll be learning about all the various programs we have here, but our core mandate is to transform lives and provide people with the careers that they will run with for the rest of their lives. And indeed, navigating the career path and choices is not an easy thing, and that is why specifically we organize this day so that we can give all our stakeholders all the key information they require for them to make informed choices and be able to create a very nice springboard of getting to the next level. So it's very important to connect the dots between education and career. There are times when it is straightforward, but there are times when it is not straightforward. And it's very important to know that even from your secondary school, what would I want to be? What would I want to do? What would I love doing for the rest of my life? Where is my passion? Where am I talented in? Where can I make a good, great impact? And where can I create change? And those are very important questions in career choices. And I always jokingly say that making a career choice is like a marriage. You can choose what you like, but what makes you create good success in your career is liking what you choose. They may look like they are same, but they are very different. You can do what you choose, but You can like what you choose what you like, but what is important is liking what you choose. Because what you like, you will be innovative about it, creative about it, passionate about it, and you'll be able to develop it and grow, and you'll find fruits from liking what you do. There are some people who are very lucky and maybe are able to immediately choose what they like and they get it, but there are others who may not even get their first choice or their second choice, but what makes the difference is liking what you get. So we believe, because CUPS will be coming and they will also show you the criteria of selecting the various degree choices. And we really appreciate CUPS under their new platform, because under choice 1, you have 1A, 1B, 1C. You choose one course that you like, but you choose 3 different universities where you can take it from. And they try to optimize the probability that you'll get your first choice. But there are times when it is not possible, then you go to choice number 2, or choice number 3, or choice number 4. But still, even if you do not get your choice number 1, it's not the end of the world. If you like what you do, you will be passionate about it, you will grow it, you will develop it, and it will become something that is very, very beneficial. And I'm sure our career coaches will agree with me on that. So, another thing that is very important, people say knowledge is power, but knowledge becomes power if you act on that knowledge. Today you'll get important knowledge. Please make good use of it. If you are choosing the courses, and that will be happening very soon when the CUPS portal open, use the knowledge you gain today to make the right choices and be able to move forward. For the people in secondary school, it is even more important for you, because you have more time to prepare. Those who are in Form 4, you have the whole of this year until November to make informed choices about academic excellence and the kind of work you need to put in so that you can attain the degree that you have always desired. So please act on the information. So finally, why DeKUT? Why Dedan Kimathi University of Technology? And always people ask, why do you call yourself a University of Technology? We are one of the universities in this country that decided to specialize with our core mandate, which is technology development. By that, 92% of all our programs are in STEM areas, in technologically oriented disciplines, and we decided to stick to that because we believe that is where we can make national impact, and that is where we can create good transformation. As our DVC said, this is one area we have done massive investment. We have invested in human resource, and our lecturers are trained all over the world, and we fund them to gain those high academic qualifications up to PhD levels so that they can deliver the quality we require in technological programs. We have also done massive investment in the infrastructure, because technology requires equipment, it requires workshops, it requires labs. And technology, again, has another special feature. You need the knowledge, and the knowledge we disseminate it in the classroom, but you also require skills and competencies. And that is why our lab work, our workshop work, our attachment with the industry, and our collaborations are very important, because we use those platforms to expose our students to good skills and competencies. And that one is bearing fruit, because the industry now knows very well the quality of graduates we are producing here in Dedan Kimathi University. In engineering, we are doing very well in all the different areas, because our students are very practical. They have good knowledge base, but their skills and competence are very exceptional. And those of us who are in the industry, they can bear witness with me that indeed our graduates have a very big and good reputation out there in the industry. We also believe in holistic education. And in holistic education, we are saying, well, can we be able to create innovators? People who will provide and develop solutions that are affecting our country and our globe today. So we have what we call innovation and entrepreneurial ecosystem. Innovation is for problem solvers, and under that we have a DeKUT incubation hub, specifically for students who have ideas. They want to experiment, they want to test, they want to develop solutions. And we have students in this university who have innovated and actually are gaining money, real income from the innovations they have developed. Now we have gone to the next level of entrepreneurship. Can we develop entrepreneurs, people who can be able to convert knowledge into resources? And we have a very nice ecosystem for that, specifically for developing our students. We have DeKUT Startup Center, where we provide the immediate graduates, because we also don't want people to stop their degree to go into entrepreneurship. The immediate graduate have an opportunity to stay a little bit longer in the university, create a startup, test the market, sell their products, and in the exhibition out there, you'll be meeting some of those innovators who are products of this great university. We are also developing a science and technology park. And this is an initiative that we started from 2016. We already have some anchor clients. We have one company that is the only company in Africa manufacturing semiconductors, microchip manufacturing, and it has employed 100 of our graduates. Our students have an opportunity to work there, and we have other 5 anchor clients who will be setting base, again, because of the quality graduates we produce. And our vision is to create, we have a big area we have set aside already under development for science and technology park, and our aim is to have in campus 450 businesses and enterprises and tech park, where our students can learn during attachment, they can work, they can contribute. So in DeKUT, you have a premier university of technology where you'll be able to benefit, grow holistically, become a scholar, become an innovator, become an entrepreneur, and become a solution for this country. We are also very keen on the student welfare, because that's very important. When we talk about holistic development, we look at all the areas, and our chaplain has even tried to explain a little bit on even holistic spiritual development. We also believe in holistic student welfare. So we have very well developed sports. You can participate in any sport you desire in this university. We have over 80 clubs where people can, again, participate. And the social environment is very conducive. And even our occasion is very good. I'm very sure our parents can give testimony that in DeKUT, we have one of the best environment for learning, for studies, and we have a very vibrant ecosystem. So we are very happy to welcome you here. And I want to believe that there are many of us who will get good courses. Our courses are very competitive, and indeed, we get 100% of all the declared spaces. So they are very highly competitive. So those who want to become engineers, welcome to DeKUT. In engineering, you'll be told we have 9 bachelor's program in that faculty. I already declared I'm a mechanical engineer, professor in mechanical engineering. We have chemical engineering, electrical engineering, telecommunication engineering, civil engineering, mechatronics engineering. So we'll see all that. In the School of Science, we also have very nice courses. But it's not just theory. You talk about industrial chemistry. It's all about manufacturing and production of products. Leather technology, it's all about from raw material all the way to the finished product all the way to entrepreneurship. So we have Institute of Food Bioresources. Again, even some of their products, you'll have a chance to taste that they are producing. So there is, in every program, there is a very important theoretical and practical component that you can learn and you can use to empower yourself and become the entrepreneur and the manufacturer that this country is looking for. We are also working with many international universities, and we have a very nice exchange programs with many different universities. Our top students, we give them a position, we call it a GA, Graduate Assistant. We sponsor them for masters, and we also give them an opportunity for a semester or two to explore abroad. We are working with Germany, we are working with France, we are working with Belgium, we are working with Netherlands, Czech Republic, and you have an opportunity to learn and also exchange in these countries. So in DeKUT, there are so many things we can say, but we cannot finish all of them because of time. I believe from the talks we will get here, from the walking around, from the visiting the various departments, the various sections, you will gain the most important information. As I conclude, even the Holy Book says, where there is no vision, people perish. You are here to gain a vision of what you want to be, a vision of what you want to do. And I want to believe by the end of the day today, you will have conceived a great vision of what you want to be and to do in your career that will transform your life and also transform the life of others. So thanks a lot. May God bless you. May you benefit greatly from this open day of Dedan Kimathi University of Technology. Thanks a lot. Karibuni sana.
Thank you very much, our Vice Chancellor, for those good words of wisdom from our father. So, yeah, we are going to give our Vice Chancellor a better clap. Not like that. Jomo Kenyatta, that's where the Vice Chancellor was. You can be upstanding. Jomo Kenyatta. Yes. We wanted to see how the Vice Chancellor looked when he was back there. I hope that was still the uniform. Oh, very good. So we are going to do 5 factorial, and will be read by Jomo Kenyatta team. 5 factorial for the Vice Chancellor. 5 factorial, descending. We go? Oh, no, that can't be for an engineer. It can't be. We need to do better. Yeah? Do you know which year he was there? Like how many years ago? About 20? That's something. Then they were not born. Okay. All of us read by Jomo Kenyatta. We do 5 factorial for our Vice Chancellor. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. Thank you, Vice Chancellor. So I move on to the next session, and we are going to have our guests who will be speaking to us. And I can see time is really running. So you have a first speaker, Mr. James Kimira from Amnesty International. He is a career coach, and he is going to take us through on personal development and leadership. I'm sure James will be able to take the shortest time possible. So karibu Bwana James.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning. It's still morning. Good morning. Tujapata chai. So my name is James Kimila. Okay, I worked in this region for 6 years, and for sure, my name changed a lot in each of the forums that I visited. So from James Kimira to James Kimila but the actual one is James Kimila with an arrow, not ara. Sawa? All right. Okay. Now, let me remind you something. I am a trained teacher of English and literature. So let me use my skills as a teacher a bit. Let's all stand up. Tusimameni, we look very, oh yeah, this side too. I want us to do a short exercise, okay? I want us to remind, I'm not a teacher of math, but you guys can help me see if I can still count. All right, so we're going to count 1, 2, 3, okay? So I want you to stand next to someone, at least kukue na mtu on your right and your left, or at least on one side. So I don't know if you want to join VC here. So when I say, okay, when we are at ease, that is 0, okay? Then when I say 1, I want you to lift your right index finger to your shoulder like this. Right index finger to your shoulder like this. So not like this, just right here. Let's try that. Bana VC, push it back a bit. Yes, right index finger to your shoulder. Now when I say, so that is 1. When I say 2, I want you to lift your left hand and place it on your neighbor's index finger like this. No, don't return the other hand. Oh, the palm of the hand, like this. So that is 2, okay? Let's try 2. You might need to space out a bit. All right. Okay. Now, there's one of the courses that is offered here called something to do with criminology and something forensics, right? So we want to try and see if they are criminals, or if we can learn how to catch criminals. When I say 3, so I want you to assume that you are a criminal who doesn't want to be caught. So you withdraw your index finger, but at the same time, you try to catch your neighbor's index finger. That makes sense? So that is 3. Let's try 3. Good. All right. Now we have there's this principle of training that says I do, we do, you do. So I began with we do. So we did together. Now you're going to do it alone. Let's try. 0. Relax. Breathe. Hiyo tension yenye nimeona. Unajua kuna watu wajai kuja university, so they are still a bit afraid. This is your home. The VC said it. So relax, feel at home. All right? All right, so 0. 1, right index finger. 2. 2. Wait. Jomo Kenyatta, ngoja. Wait. 2, 3. Let me see who has been grabbed. Who has been grabbed? All right, thank you very much. Let's take our seats. So I work with an organization called Amnesty International. We are a human rights organization, and we have programs that we spend a lot of time with high school students and university students, just talking about life and talking about human rights perspectives to life. And one of the principles that I love a lot, okay, do you understand what principles are? Do you understand principles? Hebu nipe example moja ya principle tunajua. Just one principle. Kuna mtu amesema Archimedes principle. Okay, yes. Another principle. Walimu wa physics ndo wanajibu. Okay, students, a principle we know. Do you know the principle of gravity? Huh? How would it look like if you dropped this bottle of water and it never went down? It would be really weird. Sindio? Because there's a principle that is acting on it that ensures that that water bottle drops towards the center of the earth. And that principle is called the principle of gravity. And the interesting thing about principles is that principles don't change. And they act on all of us to some degree equally. And there's a principle called the principle of the path. Okay, students, do you have your notebooks? This is the point where we get our notebooks out so that we begin taking some notes. If you don't have a notebook, unaweza niambia nikupe. But then I might just punish you for not carrying a notebook by asking you to go to the bus and pick a notebook. All right, yeah. Get a notebook or get a piece of paper from your neighbor. If you don't have a pen, I think I have a spare one. Or you can borrow from a neighbor. So there's a principle called the principle of the path. Path kama barabara. Okay? And I'm going to spend the remaining bit of my time just talking about that principle because it's a principle that has helped to transform me, and it's a principle that has the capacity to transform all of us, regardless of our age and what we do. Because just like all the other principles, it applies to all of us equally. So let me get a question. Let me ask you a question. If you want to go to Nyahururu from here, how do you go? One of the students will tell me. If you want to go to Nyahururu from here. Yes? Just shout. Stand up and shout. Yes, don't look back. Grab the opportunity. Yes, stand up and shout. Assume it's you. Okay, but you know how to get to Nairobi? Good. Tell us, how do you get to Nairobi? Assume you have a Range Rover Vogue. You are driving from here. Si ndio hiyo sasa? Utaenda aje? To the main road? Then from Nyeri town? From Nyeri town you continue to Karatina, Murang'a, then all the way to Thika, Nairobi. All right? That is the path that will take you to Nairobi, right? He's right. Let's appreciate him. He actually knows how to get to Nairobi. But suppose he wants to go to Nairobi, he has the right intention. You know, he really wants to get to Nairobi. Let's assume we really want to get to Nairobi. Then we get into a bus, then we drive, we see Tafari Akaso, we drive, we see Weyomererie, we drive, we see Mairoinya, we see kibao imeandikwa karibu Nyahururu, we take a right turn, we see Nyahururu boys, no, Ndururumo High School, we see Rumuruti. Are we headed to Nairobi? Will that road get us to Nairobi? Hey, will it lead us to Nairobi? It will not. Because, yes, we have a very good intention in our hearts of where we want to go, but we took a wrong direction. The principle of the path says direction, not intention, determines our destination. Let me say it again. Direction, not intention, determines our destination. And it's a simple principle that we use when you're traveling. You have to get into the right bus, you have to choose the right matatu, and if you choose the right matatu, but then you see it taking a wrong turn, you get worried because you're like, basi nilikuwa naenda Nairobi, why is this one going towards Nanyuki? You get worried. But it's also the same principle that we apply in life, that we have aspirations, we have goals, we have many things that we would want to achieve. We see people with great careers and we say, I would want to be that. We see people driving good cars and we say, I would want to be that. We see the best student getting a scholarship to pursue their masters at Dedan Kimathi University. and get a linkage to the Czech Republic, and we say, I would want that. And we say, I would want to join DeKUT, so that after a few years, I can be the best student, so that I can also go to Netherlands. So those are good aspirations. And we imagine and we envision, sometimes we lack sleep out of the excitement of the things that we want to achieve, which is great and amazing. But when it gets to the act of it, when the rubber meets the road, when you get to the meat of things, we take a wrong direction. And we assume that because in our hearts we really want to get to Nairobi, it doesn't matter which road we take. We assume that because in our hearts we have that great desire to be great students, to be great engineers, to be great entrepreneurs, as long as we have a great desire about it, we can actually achieve it without taking the right direction, which is a lie. Which is a lie. And one of the biggest lies that I've seen on social media, watu wamekuwa wakisema, what is the word? When you want something badly, they say you do what? You manifest it. Have you heard that word? Manifest. But you see, a manifestation is a desire, is a desire of the heart, is creating that immense desire for something. But unless you're able to do something about it, then it just ends at the manifestation. If you don't get to the point where you use the right, or you get to the right direction, then you cannot be assured of the destination that you want to go. So, direction, not intention. But then, what leads us to the right direction? What leads us to the right direction is the choices that we make. Because most of the times we think that choices are just actions or isolated incidences. Today I choose what I'm going to wear. Today I made a choice to wake up. Today I made a choice not to have breakfast or to have breakfast. I made a choice what breakfast I will have. I did not make a choice to breathe because that is beyond us. But you made a choice to come here. And every choice you make puts you on a path. So choices are not just isolated incidences, but choices are pathways, like tributaries of a river, all converging into the main stream and eventually into the river. So how do you make choices that lead you to the path that you require, that will lead you to the destination that you want to go? The choices will be determined by the things that you give attention to. Okay, sorry, let me come back a little bit. So I've talked about several things. I've talked about destination, right? Okay? I don't want to lose you. Then I talked about a path that leads you to that destination. But then I said, for you to get to that path, you have to make the right choices that lead you to that path. But then what guides the choices that you make is what you allow to gain your attention. What do you give attention to? What will you choose to give attention to from today? What will you choose to give attention to? Because that's what will determine the path or the choices that you make, which will lead you to the path that will lead you to a particular destination. And unfortunately, if you don't know where you're going, any road may as well take you there. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. So how do you determine where you want to go? How do you determine which road is good for you? How do you determine which road is aligned to your skills and competencies and gifts? So you make that decision. You draw up a vision for yourself. You say the course you'd want to take, the course your life you'd want to take. Do you want to be an engineer? Do you want to be an entrepreneur? Do you want to be, if it's an engineer, what sort of an engineer do you want to become? If it's not an engineer, if it's a business person, what kind of business enterprise do you want to run? And how do you determine that? But once you do that, then you must make choices that lead you to that path. You must always choose to evaluate the choices that you make and always ask yourself, is the choice that I'm making leading me to the path that leads me to the destination I want to go? When you choose to stay online on TikTok the whole night, so that the following day in the morning, you have eye bags, you are grumpy and exhausted, you can't read a book because you can't keep your eyes open. Is that choice leading you to the path that you'd want to take? Yes, you have a great intention of being the A student. You have a great intention of being on. Do you have a wall of fame in the university? Or a roll of honor for the students who achieve exemplary results? So you'd want to be there on the roll of honor, But do the choices that you're making lead you to the path that leads you to the destination you want to go? The things that you're eating, the things that you're failing to eat, your indulgence, the things that you're watching, your language, how you speak, they're all choices, but do they lead you to the path that lead you to the destination that you desire in your heart? Or are they taking you to Rumuruti when you're supposed to be headed to Nairobi? Now, how do you know then when you're on a wrong path? There are things on the road that are called pit stops. The gentleman, excuse me, what's your name, sir? Good. Now, do you know if you said your name while you are standing, more people would see you and they are likely to remember you after today? Yeah, so the first thing you do, you stand, and when everything is quiet, then that's when you say your name. Don't say your name when everyone is shuffling their seats. No, you wait. Okay, now? Hey, hi, let's appreciate Martin again. So when Martin was telling us about the path to Nairobi, or the road to Nairobi, he told us that you'll take the road, get yourself towards Karatina, Muranga Junction, where else? Thika, Juja, Nairobi. There are things that we call pit stops, but there are also things that we call signboards on the way. Which signposts, which signboards do you have on your path that will show you when you are on the right path? Sometimes those signposts are people that we have in our lives. Those signposts will be our mentors. Those signposts will be some figures of authority. They'll be our teachers. They'll be our parents. But if we choose to ignore what the signpost says, so the signpost tells you that you are in Weyomererie, and you say, no, I know my road. Yeah, the signpost says, Gwakongo. You say, bana, hii barabara najua inadaga Nairobi. I know. The signpost says, no, my friend. Hapa ni Mairoinya. You are 4 kilometers to Nyahururu town. And you say, hii Hizi signposts zimezoea kupiga kelele, and I know where I'm going. Sisi nyamaze mimi niende wapi? Nairobi. If you choose to ignore the signposts on the road, then you may as well never know when you are off track. You might never know when you are on the wrong path, because the signposts are placed there. And I choose to believe that they are placed there by God to guide us. And I say these signposts are sometimes people in authority in our lives. They may be our teachers, our spiritual leaders, our mentors, our parents, and sometimes even bystanders, even random people. Unasimamisha gari pale unasema, hii barabara ulisema inaenda wapi? Anakuambia sikusema. Sorry. Hii barabara inaenda wapi? Anakuambia hii inaenda Nyahururu. But then you choose to ignore. So, as I wind up, signposts are placed on the road to remind you that you're on the right path, or caution you when you're off track from the right path. If we choose to ignore them, then we will never know when we are off track. We'll never know when we are not on the right path. What is the principle of the path? Let's say it all together in unison. 1, 2, go. All right, let's try again now. Let's embolden ourselves and say it. 1, 2, 1, 2, go. Direction, not intention, determines our destination. It's so easy to create intentions. It's so easy to desire things, because that's how we are created. We are created to desire good things, to desire the best for ourselves. But it's difficult to work for the things that we want. It's difficult to make choices that lead us to the path that we want. It's difficult to pursue our goals. But if we don't make choices that lead us to the path that leads us to the destination we want, then we will never get there. All we will have at the end of the day will be great intentions and great aspirations. And great intentions cannot be taxed. Great intentions cannot pay rent. Great intentions cannot put food on your table. Great intentions cannot pay your school fees. It has to be you getting to the right destination of success and excellence, which is what we all want to pursue. Thank you very much.
Thank you, James. I think that was good. A better round of applause. A good one. Asante, James. So before we get to the next speaker, I would like to once again give the floor to the Vice Chancellor so that he can recognize some of our key partners who are with us. Vice Chancellor.
Yes, good morning again. Good. That was a wonderful talk, and I'm sure all of us have something to take home. So the direction, not the intention, is what determines our destination. So in Dedan Kimathi University of Technology, we have very important partners whom we collaborate with, and they are also here with us today. We have NCBA Bank, the representative of NCBA Bank. I know there are some who are in our stalls outside. The representative of Equity Bank, it's here. Equity Bank is also here. Maybe they are outside. I can see the manager of Consolidated Bank. Please, you can stand. We appreciate, and yes, welcome. So especially the ones who are joining us. We have strong banking partners, and they offer very good services, banking services to our students. Karibu sana. I know the representative of KUPS is joining. We also have Higher Education's Loans Board, a very, very important body to those who are joining. They're also outside there. Yes, please, that is also for, especially for the ones who are just the Form 4 graduates, that it's very important to know how you will apply for loan and how you'll be supported financially to be in this university. We also have CASNEP, and they're inside, or do we have somebody inside, or they're outside there? Yes, we also have industrial partners who are here with us, and we co-work with them. Coca-Cola, let's appreciate them. Highlands are also here and are outside there. And I want to believe everybody has a bottle of water from Highlands. We have Premier Foods, who are also here with us. We have Nara and Prestige. We have Farmer's Choice. We have AA Kenya. And we also have KUPS. And especially for the Form 4 graduates, the first destination is getting into the KUPS, and the portal will be opening very soon. So our partners, welcome to Dedan Kimathi University of Technology. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vice Chancellor, for recognizing those key partners. Indeed, they are key partners because even in terms of the career path, and you have heard Madam is here from Consolidated Bank, the manager. Those are the line indeed you are looking for. So at this point, I want to invite our second speaker, Dr. Mureithi Ndegwa. He is the CEO, Kenya Institute of Management, who will be talking to us on career exploration and guidance. So, karibu Daktari. I think I will try to manage time. I know we have like 1 hour. We are running 1 hour behind, but I know Daktari is straight to the point. Karibu Daktari. If you can use this to enhance.
Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor of Dedan Kimathi University, Professor Engineer Peter Mushiri, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Magiri, the faculty of DeKUT, parents, ex-candidates, teachers, and students. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, that sounds more like it. Thank you very much for this opportunity to come and listen to us. And thank you very much, Dedan Kimathi, for inviting me to come and share some few perspectives. We always believe that knowledge is always shared. No one has a monopoly of knowledge. And thank you also, Amnesty, Mr. James Kimila, for that exposition that he gave us about direction and so on. Now, my name is, as you've been told, is Dr. Mureithi Ndegwa, Executive Director and CEO, KIM. And Kenya Institute of Management is in the tertiary space. We are not a university, although we have a university that we have sponsored called Management University of Africa. But in terms of the area of specialization where we are registered by TVETA as a technical vocational education training institution. And our institution has been in existence since 1954, so we are an old institution. And I'm not alone. I'm here together with the branch manager, Mr. John Moya, who is right over there. We have a branch here in Nyeri, and especially for the ex-candidates, there are some programs that perhaps would be very suited for you. While you're waiting to go to the university, you need to learn about computer applications. We also offer a program called ICDL, International Computer Driving License. And these are programs that will be very ideal for you once you join the university. So please talk to the branch manager, even for the students, and he can explain a little bit more in terms of the programs that we offer. But before I venture into my topic, sometimes back I was invited as a chief guest at a school in Nairobi called Moi Educational Center. to talk to the candidates as we are leaving class 8. And there's a question I asked, and I want to ask that question also here because I got very pertinent responses. So I'll ask this question, and I request one young man and one young lady to give an answer. In the next 10, 15, 20 years, where would you want to be, or who would you want to be? One young man, one young lady. In the next 15, 20 years, where would you want to be, or who would you want to be? Come on, guys, be brave. Anybody, anywhere? Yes, right over there. Introduce yourself, the school, the name, and then answer. Speak a little louder. You'd like to be? Did you get it? You'd like to be? Civil engineer. Just that, civil engineer. You have a potential candidate. All right, thank you very much. But I thought you'd go a little further and say civil engineer in... Would you want to say? In Germany. You have a candidate, maybe a top student. Let's give him a round of applause, please. Thank you very much. And your name again? Kenneth Njiro. All right, thank you very much. Now, a lady, young lady. Next 10, 15, 20 years, where would you want to be, or who would you want to be? Is there any brave lady? Yes, right over there. Your name again? Faith Nyambura. She would like to be a cardiologist, yes? Working where? In London. Wow, she set the goal very high. Thank you very much. A round of applause to her. Now, the reason why I asked this question is when I asked the same question to from class 8 leavers, Moi Education Center. The first response I got was, I want to pass my exams. And I asked her, after you pass your exams, what next? And she said she would want to go to a good school. Then I said, what next? Then she said to a university. Then I asked her, what next? A job. Then I asked her, what next? Then she said, I would want to get married. And then I asked her, after you get married, then she said, lead a happy life. Now, all these are career goals. Because to lead a happy life, one will tell you that you also need to have made some choices. And I think that's what James was saying. You have to make choices. So parents, please allow me to talk to the students. Sawa sawa. Let me talk to the students because I think these are the people who have invited us. The topic I've been given is career exploration and guidance. Now, tell me, what is career exploration? And me, I like brave people who can talk. What is career exploration? Anybody would want to answer that? What is career exploration? You know, this is the time when you are building your CV. You are building your prowess in terms of public speaking. You are building your prowess in terms of people getting to know you. So be brave and just answer the question. What is career exploration? To the students. At the back, brave guy, brave lady. Give it a shot. There is no right or wrong answer. Always try. If you fail, no problem. Rise up and speak. Yes? Shall I pick the school? I want to pick the school of the Vice Chancellor. Jomo Kenyatta. Can you have a brave guy from there? Please don't let down your Vice Chancellor because he's a product of your school. Yes, thank you very much. I wish we had a microphone. Okay.
Hello? Hello? Hello.
So that with this one.
1, 2, 3. Mic test. Makara. Hello.
1, 2.
Makara is our expert in the control room. Some voice for the mic.
1, 2.
That's okay. For the wired one.
My name is Douglas Chungo from Jomo Kenyatta Boys High School. And career exploration, from my definition, is getting more information on various career choices.
Thank you very much. Now, I normally say the best way to clap is you give him one, oh. Now, career exploration is actually a process, and I don't think this microphone is working. Perhaps maybe I might need to have that microphone back. Unless you can hear my voice, am I loud enough? Okay, it's a process which involves about learning about yourself, researching on your options or possibilities, and trying new experiences and creating a strategic plan. Now, in terms of creating a strategic plan, I do a lot of work as a consultancy. In fact, right now there's a project we are doing in Ethiopia for some 3 state corporations where we are doing strategic planning for them. If you are to come up with a strategic plan, could be 5 years, it means that you need to have done some diagnostic review. And this is where we are saying, in terms of career exploration, you do a diagnostic review of yourself. Who are you? The lady said she's called who? Faith. Faith, who are you? Who is Faith? If I was to describe Faith, what would I say in terms of your personality? Are you an extrovert? Are you an introvert? Are you somebody who is pertinent to details? In other words, you search for goals and you say that you are so detail-oriented? Or are you a person who likes to please others and therefore you're not so much bothered about the finer details, but what you really like is to make sure that everybody is feeling happy? Let me give you a quote, and this is by Steve Jobs. You all know Steve Jobs? Do we? The founder of Apple. Steve Jobs said, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Now you're in a very critical position right now, the Form 4 leavers or the candidates who are here. You are going to be choosing your career. And your career is going to be dependent on the course that you take. Most likely, although not necessarily the case. Now if you choose a career line that you do not like, then in the next 20, 30 years, and that's why I was asking that question, you'll be doing a job that you really don't like. Am I right? But if you are passionate about the career that you pick, then you'll be doing a position or a job that you really like. And that therefore means that it is important that we do a diagnostic review of ourselves. Don't worry about the slides, you'll see them later. But in terms of understanding what career exploration is all about, it's simply a continuous process. It is a continuous process which unveils the dynamic landscape of possibilities that are available for purposes of making informed decisions. James asked you, how do you go to Nairobi? You can decide you want to go to Lokichogio and then go to Nairobi. Alternatively, you can decide you're going to go through Karatina to Nairobi. You can also decide you're going to go through Nyahururu to Nairobi. But to make an informed choice, you need to have several or to evaluate several opportunities or possibilities. The more you know about yourself, the better prepared you will be for a fulfilling career. And this is a quote, it's not mine, it's by somebody called Marian, who is a child activist, and she's in the civil rights movement. She says, once you know about the options and the possibilities available, it becomes much easier for you to make an informed choice. Therefore, my proposal to you, my suggestion to you, is that you need to firstly, before you make a choice, to have a self-assessment. Do a self-assessment, and once you have done a self-assessment, you will understand your personal strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I'll give you a story. I'm a product of this county. I was born and bred in Tumutumu. You know Tumutumu? When I was schooling in Tumutumu Primary School, there was a gentleman around that area who was working with the Air Force. Story note that one time he dropped a letter outside of his compound when he was flying an Air Force plane. So in Gishagi, people started singing, Munyaka, Munyakani wa mwende, XYZ has become a pilot. So all the young boys there, they started saying that I want to be a pilot. So I studied very hard, and my desire was to become a pilot, to be like the son of so-and-so who was lucky to be a pilot. Was that an informed decision? Was that an informed decision? I was living the dream of somebody else. I worked very hard. I was admitted in Alliance High School Form 1. When I joined Alliance, the stories there was completely different. And they used to say in a man's world, you have to be an engineer or a doctor. So again, I changed my perspective, and I started feeling that the only career in this world is to be an engineer or a doctor. But by the time I reached Form 6, having done MPC, Maths, Physics, and Chemistry, my perspective had changed. But that's a story for another day. I would never have imagined that I would be in humanities. What am I saying? What I'm saying is that it is important that you do a self-assessment, and you know what your strengths, your weaknesses, the opportunities that are available. For the companies that we work with, especially in consultancy, any of the persons here, any of the faculty will tell you that even before you come up with a strategic plan, the first thing that you'll need to do is diagnostic review of the situation as is. Are we together? Review of the situation as is. For example, if you want to be a broadcaster, Faith, I use you as an example. If you want to be a broadcaster, what qualities should you embrace? Speak loudly, we can hear you. You need to have presentation skills, isn't it? In other words, you are not the kind of person who speaks and the words don't come out. What about if you want to be an engineer? Now let's have somebody else. If you want to be an engineer, what qualities or what personality trait ideally should we be talking about? Or what skills should you be having? Jomo Kenyatta, I still come back to you. You want to emulate the Vice Chancellor. He's an engineer and a professor at that. What qualities should you embrace? Analytical skills, numerical skills. There is no way you can separate engineering with numerical skills, all right? You also need to have a mind that is geared towards inquisitive. You need to be inquisitive. In other words, to find out why is this machine working as it is. Am I right? What about a doctor? You said you want to be a cardiologist, right? You said you want to be a cardiologist. Am I right? What qualities or what aspects or skills do you need to have? Are we communicating, guys? Are we communicating? A cardiologist, what skills do you need to have or to embrace? Kangubiri girls. Let's have a brave girl there. You need to have the skills of somebody who does not fear blood. I remember when we were in college, and I don't know whether my colleagues here experienced this. There are people who, when they went to do medicine, and they are shown a dead body, they faint. And they say, this career, not for me, because it's not for the faint-hearted. There are others who say, A dead body, no problem, because this is something that you are going to live with. You also need to have the skills of using your fingers, your hands, because you are going to be operating people in very sensitive areas, and so on and so forth. So there are some of those things that we need to embrace. Therefore, my suggestion is that you need, in terms of career exploration, the first thing that you need to do is self-assessment. Understand your unique strengths, weaknesses, interests, and the values through a reflective process. In my case, I realized that I am extroverted. I'm one of those persons who will make friends, talk to people, socialize with people, and therefore, as an extroverted person, I fit more in the humanities as opposed to the sciences. Remember, you could also make a choice and make a mistake. But as Winston Churchill said, success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. In other words, if you make a mistake, you could easily make a mistake in your career choice. Dust yourself and rise up. You may also not have gotten the grades that can give you the course that you prefer or that you want. Again, also, that is not the end of life. Know that there are people in this country who have eventually become professors and they had failed KCPE, they had failed KCSE, they had even failed undergraduate, but they rose up and they worked very hard. And this is not to say that good grades or excellent performance is not embraced. It is embraced. We all want to be excellent. But if you make a mistake, don't worry, because at the end of the day, you still can rise up. The second step, allow me to propose, is researching the careers. Out of curiosity, which are the 10 most popular career choices in 2024? I know most of you guys are in Google. Yes? Which are the 10 most popular career choices? Somebody somewhere? Somebody somewhere? Any suggestion? The 10 most popular career choices in 2024. Any volunteer? Okay. Whoever volunteers will have a reward from me. And let's see whether that is going to incentivize us. Mention any of the 10 most popular career choices. I'm speaking to the students. Yes, please. Popular in the year 2024. Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. What's your name? Alvin. Which school? Nyeri High School. Well done. Let's give him one. Oh. Now, I just did a Google search, and the 10 most popular career options based on factors like demand, potential for innovation, and societal impact are 1, data analyst and data scientist. Healthcare professionals, he said it. Cybersecurity experts. Renewable energy specialists. And renewable energy has a connection with engineering, I believe. Software developers. Sustainability experts. And then there's also virtual reality and augmented reality. You know about robotics in the world of today. And then in social sciences is e-commerce and digital marketing specialists. And then robotic engineers or robotics engineers and mental health professionals. Now, you can see clearly, in fact, Dedan Kimathi has a very good footing, because if you come and excel in some of those areas, they can easily sponsor you to go and do robotics engineering. I know a young man who was in Kenya the other day, and he actually went to the US to do robotics engineering. So it is possible. And even in social sciences, there is also the aspect of digital marketing specialists. So clearly, once you have done the search, then you know that I have the passion, I have evaluated myself, my strength is in this area, my weakness is in this area, but in terms of the professions, these are the career choices that perhaps I should go into, which are likely to help me. Can you see the connection? You do your own first evaluation, your own diagnostic review, and once you've done your diagnostic review, then you also check the opportunities available, and once you check the opportunities available, then you know whether you're making the right choice or not. Thirdly, in terms of guidance in decision making, is adaptability. Remember Charles Darwin, he said it is not the strongest nor the most intelligent animal that survives. It is the one that is able to adapt the most. Meaning that our capability to adapt to the situations is something that plays a major role. So embrace adaptability and continuous learning for success in a dynamic job market. Let me say this. Your VC may be a professor, but that does not warrant him to stop reading. We always believe education begins at birth and ends at death. And it is continuous learning so that you can adapt to the changing circumstances. Register for a course while you are still in school or while you are an ex-candidate. Register for a program, and whatever you do, the knowledge that you learn will always be useful at one time or another. Allow me to mention this. There's a friend of mine, his son was admitted to University of Nairobi to do medicine. And when the young man completed his degree in medicine, he took the degree certificate to his father and he said, "Dad, this is for you." And the dad was very surprised. What is this young man talking about? Then he asked him, "What do you mean?" Then he said, this is not my passion. This is for you. For me, I want to become a pilot." And they had a serious quarrel. Eventually the dad agreed, and the young man became a pilot. He actually was registered and went to study to become a pilot. And he's right now a pilot. So do not just simply go to choose a course simply because, and parents allow me to say this, because you want to live the life your parent did not live. Many of us parents had aspirations to become a doctor, to become this or that or the other, and you want your child to do exactly that because you didn't do it. Allow the child. Of course, there has to be guided discussion. Allow the child to make the decision, but of course, guiding the child, because the child may also not be very familiar in terms of the options available. But do not dictate that you have to do this, you have to do this. It is important that you also hear the passion and hear the view of the child. But of course, even children, you also need to listen to the parents because they are much more broad and they are much more vast in terms of the options available. But for me, I would say the best thing is have a discussion, an honest discussion in regard to the career choices. Not necessarily dictating and not necessarily as a child saying, it cannot be this, it has to be this, it has to be a discussion. So 3 things in summary. In terms of choosing or the steps, we talked about the self-assessment, the researching of the careers, and the networking. Then it is also important to give guidance. And we say nobody was born with a monopoly of knowledge. So seek mentorship. In every university, I'm sure here at Dedan Kimathi, you have a career person who can guide in terms of the profession. Seek that person because that person is someone who sees more talent and ability within you than you see yourself, and this could help bring out the best of you. It's just like in football. There's a person who plays as a defender, but the coach can come and say, no, you are more suited as a midfielder, and you play better as a midfielder. So seek a mentorship. Or seek a mentor. Even in schools, I know like when I was in school, we used to have a career master. Seek the mentorship of persons who are more knowledgeable and who are more vast. Then Then set your own goals, short term and medium term. Ask the question, where do you want to be in the next 15, 20 years from now? You can set your 5-year goal plan, 15 years, 20 years, and God has a way of rewarding those who plan and those who work well, of course taking God into cognizance. So establish both your short-term and long-term career goals, aligning them with your aspirations, and then your adaptability. Like I said, it is not the strongest or the most intelligent that survives. It is that which is able to be most responsive to change that will survive. So embrace adaptability and also continuous learning. We say sharpening the tool. Reskilling, retooling is something that we embrace. Even at our old age, we keep learning new things and we keep embracing new concepts. In conclusion, let me say that your time is limited. Please do not waste it living someone else's life, as Steve Jobs said. Informed choices always empower you to shape a future aligned with your passions and aspirations. And that's also encourage commitment to ongoing self-reflection and exploration throughout your career journey. And even when you fall, because you are bound to fall, rise up, dust yourself, and move on. It is not a crime to make a mistake. What is a crime is to repeat the same mistake or to continually do the same things and expect different results. For you youngsters, you have a great opportunity. You've been given this opening today. Raise as many questions as possible. Trouble us. Trouble the university. Trouble your high school principals and so on. Ask them questions so that you get a broad choice of options and you're able to make an informed decision. And once you have set your career goals, please do not be distracted by peer pressure, because there's a lot of peer pressure out there. Do not be distracted. Focus on your goals, and I'm sure by God's grace, you will be able to make it. We always say, if it is to be, it is. If it is to be, it is up to you. But I always like to say, but with God's help. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Daktari. Yeah, a good round of applause. Nyeri High, you answered most of the questions. So can you initiate how we appreciate our Daktari? Be upstanding, and one of you can volunteer. Nyeri. Si muko hapa naona. And the way you gave us many answers towards what we are asking. So, quickly, you have the mic.
So, my name is Eliud from the Nyeri High School, and I'd like for us to clap. First of all, we will start with 3 claps, 1, 2, 3, and then we snap thrice, and then we stamp thrice. Are we ready? Are we ready? All right, can we stand? We stand. So we start with the snap thrice, clap thrice, stamp thrice. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, let me just repeat. You start with the snap. You snap thrice. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ready? All right. 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Thank you, Nyeri High. And thank you, Daktari, for the goods and wise words. And I'm sure they will go a long way in making informed choices for our for leavers and those who are in school. So at this point, before we go for the QA session, I know we had started distributing some snack, And because I know it is important for us to refresh, I am thinking we can take that opportunity. We do it as quickly as we can. They are enough for all of us. We have DeKUT yogurt, courtesy of the Vice Chancellor, and some snacks. We also have other refreshment from our partners. So the team that is doing that, I know they had started at the back. I can see some people enjoying at the back. So I don't want others to be enjoying and others are not doing it. We had to put it on hold so that we finish with the guest speaker. So quickly, where is your team?
Hello. I believe the team is somewhere situated. They should be coming in. Another team is already at the back.
Before the queue.
So the team with the refreshments, kindly, this is the time.
Where are they?
The ushers.
So all the ushers kindly join the ones who are already distributing so that we can make it faster. Of course, student, well, we can't all fit in the washroom, so we can do it bit by bit so that then we don't congest at the back there. Daktari, your ushers. We mobilize all the ushers, kindly, and the security team, you can also help. Ricky and your team, George. Ricky, kindly get George. Get George. We can start with the raw floor. So I think I will allow it to continue. Then we move to the next part of the program. So at this point, I also want to recognize COOPs, here represented by Sarah Mwaneki. So Sarah Mwaneki, you'll be coming in after our registrar so that we first listen to our program. After the registrar, I'll give you a chance because I know you are supposed to go back to Nairobi. So immediately after the registrar, you come in. Ushers, I am tempted to continue. I'm tempted to continue with the program. I hope you'll be able to do it, without much commotion. Yeah. So I think there is a special request, Vice Chancellor, by the COOP's representative, Kindly. So we will listen to the COOP's. Just a few minutes because she has an emergency that she needs to attend to. Then from there we go to the DeKUT program. So Madam Sarah, you have the floor.
This one can go down.
Yeah.
I can work with this one?
Yes. It's more audible. Yeah.
All right, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hamtaki salamu. 2023, class of 2023, good afternoon. Utalilia kwa deski yangu, good afternoon. Tengeneza rapo, good afternoon. Form 4s, good afternoon. My name is Sarah Mwaneki. I'll be as brief as possible, preferably 10 minutes. If you have any question, I think you've been given your papers. You can write it down. I'm going to address all of them or as much as I can before I leave. So I am based in Huduma Center in Nyeri. I'm the COOP's representative Central Region. That means all students from Nyeri, Kirinyaga, and Nyandarua County, I attend to them. I can come to you or you can come to me, whichever is easier. We collaborate with schools. We do career guidance with schools. That's why I'm saying I can come to you or you can come to me. So I'll first say, I'll pick the questions after the presentation. Thank you. So who is COOPS? It refers to Kenya Universities and Colleges Central Placement Service. It is a government body. Form 4 leavers, mko kwa mikono yetu saizi. We are the ones who are going to transition you from high school to institutions of higher learning. We do not discriminate on grade. So we are talking about grade A to grade E under government sponsorship. I want that to be clear. Grade A to grade E under government sponsorship. That's when nimesema mtengeneze rapo na mimi. Right now I'm the hottest thing in Kenya. Until we place you and you're off our hands, okay? So we also offer career guidance for the career teachers. You can always collaborate with us. Our services are free. You do a letter to us. You invite 4 other schools. We come in, we give you a day. We sit with your students, we interact when they are doing subject selection. If you need us to talk to the parents, we still come. So all you have to do is do a request, give us a 2 weeks notice, and we will honor your invitation. We also inform you on available programs in both universities and in college. And we also advise the government on any other matters in relation to placement to institution of higher learning. Now, application process. For those who were in the previous years, from 2021 kwenda nyuma, students used to apply in school. You used to be charged 500 shillings, you submit your application, and then when you have your results, you can either revise or you can leave the choices that you made at school, and that is what we will consider for placement. Effective class of 2023, there is no selection in the schools. That means there is nobody in this hall that has cleared school in 2023 that has had the opportunity to apply for placement to any program or any university. So mkipata two messages, kuna wenye wamepata two messages, you've been placed in somewhere. Do you have those? There are some institutions that go to your schools and they get the contacts and then they send you a message and they tell you, come collect your admission letter. We don't work like that. I want to say authoritatively that we have not placed any students, and there is no student that has applied for placement for the class of 2023. So how is the application process? We advertise on radio, on newspapers, on TV. We tell you that the portal is going to be open on a certain date. Every student who has cleared Form 4, you have an account with KUPS. That account, for those students who have C+ and above, there is something that is called cluster points. Ukiingia kwa account yako unakuta you have been calculated for cluster points. For those students who have C+ and below, there are no cluster points for you. But that does not mean that your account is not activated. Once we advertise, you log into your portal. You can write this down at students.kups.net. You log into your portal at students.kups.net. Your password is your KCPE index number or your birth certificate number. Password is KCPE index number or birth certificate number, and then you go ahead and submit your application. For the application, you're going to be charged a fee of 1,500 shillings. For students who have C+ and above, you'll be required to submit 6 choices. For students with C+ and above, you'll be required to submit 6 choices. Choice A, B, and C, the same program. For example, Bachelor of Nursing, Dedan Kimathi, Bachelor of Nursing, Kirinyaga University, Bachelor of Nursing, Embu University. And then 2, 3, and 4, any other program of your choosing. That makes them 6. You must arrange those programs in order of priority because that is how we are going to do placement. For students who have C+ and below, you will be required to apply for 4 programs, and you have to again arrange them in order of priority. All right? And the fee is going to be 1,500. After you submit your applications, we do our first round of processing of results. Now, when you're doing the first time, I always encourage the students, make sure you seek assistance, because the moment we place the first round, karibu 90% of the good courses zinachukuliwa, and those courses zikichukuliwa zinatoka kwa system. Am I clear? If for example uko unasema uwezi somea Kimathi, you want to go to University of Nairobi, yet your points allowed you to come to Kimathi, and then useme nitachagua round 2, even that round 2 Kimathi will not be available. So the first time you make your decision and you make sure that you submit your choices the first time, then you may qualify. Because if you haven't qualified, especially class of 2023, the new grading system has increased the number of students that have C+ and above. Automatically, it has driven competition upwards. So can you apply for what you have qualified for? I do not see a problem in studying in University of Embu if uko ndio umemit law. Ati because ukienda ku defend criminal sijui hautapita. Kuna kitu kama hiyo. A lawyer is a lawyer, a doctor is a doctor, an accountant is an accountant. And all institutions in our portal are accredited to offer those programs. So can you apply for what you are qualified for the first time? So we place you for the first time. We place you on merit. That means the student that has the higher grade is given the first priority. Now, if Dedan Kimathi has 100 slots for nursing, and then 1,000 students have applied for nursing in Dedan Kimathi, we will arrange the 1,000 students in order of merit. Mwenye akona grade ya juu hadi ya chini up to 1,000. And then at the 100th mark, hapo ndio tunakata. That means we are going to be left with 900 students. hanging. What do we do with the 900 students? We open the system for the second time, which we call second revision, and you are told to resubmit your choices afresh. We repeat the process, and then we open again the third time kwenye wamekosa. If you had paid for the first time, you do not pay again until you get placement. Is that clear? The next thing on an application process, we call them transfers. Now, kuna wale students tunawapanga. Have you ever had student anasema sijui hii ni kosi ya KUPS? Hii si yangu. Umesikia kitu kama hiyo? Hii ni wao walinipea. Why does that happen? That happens because we open the system the first time, we tell you apply for what you're qualified for. The second time, apply for what you're qualified for. The third time, apply for what you're qualified for. But then, the student is still not able to match the program to the grade. Sasa inabidi tunakupanga. Alafu tunakwambia pole bas. We open the system for transfers. Are we together? At that point, you can move from University A to University B, College A to College B, Program A to Program B. And at that point, you'll be charged 1,000. Now, I'm going to say this again authoritatively. I highly encourage, especially class of 2023, if you decide to transfer, can you do it when the system is open? Why am I saying this? We have these emerging trends, something we are calling the new funding model. And the new funding model inamaanisha the student must express interest when it comes to scholarship. It is no longer automatic. As much as you're placed by KUPS, it is not automatic you'll get funded. You will need to apply for it. So if you've not made up your mind, and then you apply for scholarship, you apply transfer November, for example, na scholarship inafungwa November, will you benefit from the government sponsorship? No. So can you start making up your mind sahizi? You already have your grades, zimepoa ziko kwa mfuko, you have already gone, zitonga the 5 stages of grief. Yes, you have already accepted. The ones that passed, you have celebrated. And then, mwenye alikuwa ataka kurudia, amerudia, sindio? And then, I'm thinking the one who is here is the one that is already prepared to proceed to institution of higher learning. Ask for help. Visit our desk. Talk to your parents. Talk to your mentors. Make use of those tents today, so that akili yako itoke kama haina confusion mingi. So that when we open the system, there is clarity on what you want to do, so that you transfer and you can be able to do the other government processes that have been introduced. Now, I also want to say something about emerging trends. Number one, I've mentioned scholarship. You must apply for scholarship. Number two, I want to mention about KMTC. Effective 2022, KMTC has been brought under KUPS. That means no student in Kenya can walk into KMTC and be admitted. You must apply via KUPS portal. At this point, I want to make a disclaimer. There are people who will tell you that if you fail this subject that is required in KMTC, you can do bridging. I want to tell you that in KUPS, we do not accept any bridged results. So if there's somebody mwenye alikuwa ameattempt kuingia kufanya biology, uingie KMTC next year, either you go and repeat the entire year or you drop out. Do not waste your money and do not waste your year, because you will not be admitted in KMTC. That's the biggest disclaimer I want to make. Sawa. You're going to be told that the nursing council will license you. Sawa. If that is the direction you want to take, then it is not going to be under KMTC. Okay? I want to make that disclaimer. Number three of emerging trends, initially we had students who are interested in applying for teaching in primary education, and at that point they used to walk to the Ministry of Education kuuliza, nitajazaji kuwa mwalimu wa P1. Effective 2022 again, all students who wish to apply for teaching in primary education, you can be able to do that when our portal is open. Emerging trend number 4, this is good news. You can apply for your degree. At the same time, you can apply for your KMTC. At the same time, you can apply for teaching if you want. So you can apply for 3 programs in 1. I repeat. you can apply for your degree. Alafu kama unataka kubatisha KMTC, you apply for KMTC, and then you can also apply for teaching in primary, all of them at the same time. So you don't have to choose degree or KMTC, because I think that is where we've had challenges previously. Now, for the Form 4s and the Form 3s, I usually like to mention this. When you come to the CUPS portal, we have those programs that they will not ask you for any minimum requirement in subject. But I will tell you this, effective leo jioni, kama hesabu inaingianga hivi ikitoka hivi, miguu ingie tu kwa karai. Kwa nini? 95% of programs in CUPS portal will ask you to have at least a C in mathematics. Form 4s, Form 3, umenisikia? If you have a love-hate relationship with math, leo lazima mpendane. Am I clear? Yes, even for the diploma programs, for example, quantity survey, it is going to ask you for a C in mathematics, and it is a diploma program. Am I clear? If you go into a portal, we have 20 baskets, and in those baskets, we have grouped courses together. And though we have grouped those courses together, for example, medical related, business related, art related, all of them up to number 20. From all of that, if you fail in mathematics, you can only do one cluster. From how many? 20. From the 20 baskets, you will only have one basket to choose courses from. Zinaitangwa art related. Bachelor of Science in Psychology, Bachelor of Science in Social Work, the ones that will not ask you for any grade in mathematics. So for those already in school, work hard, especially on your math grade, and at least one language, you get at least a C. Our website, www.cups.net, www.cups.net. The one for students, for Form 4s, like I had said, students.cups.net. Students.cups.net. How can you reach us? Number 1, Huduma Centers, Nyeri, Meru, mtu asikize ya kwao, Nyeri, Meru, Kitui, Isiolo, Nakuru, Eldoret, Garissa, Thika, GPO in Nairobi, Kitale, Kisumu, Nanyuki, Kakamega, and Narok. Facebook, it is the full name, Kenya Universities and Colleges Central Placement Service. On Twitter, ni @ you know that @ the placement service. The good news for the ex-Form 4s, when we open the system, the first 14 days, somebody is sent in every county in Kenya. Somebody is sent in every county in Kenya, a CUPS representative. We will not tell you to lipa 150 tukusaidia kuchagua, no. You come, you ask questions, na unatoka hapo kama tumekusaidia kusubmit your choices. So do not be afraid to go and ask for help. I would like to take Q&A for CUPS. Yes, there was a question here. Give me your Q&A. The other one, uinue mkono nikimaliza nikujie. Is there a career for a person who got D- grade? The answer is yes, yes, and yes. We all don't have to begin in degree. Actually, at a grade E, uko chini, we have electrical engineering, we have plumbing, we have masonry, we have fashion and design, clothing and textile, hairdressing and beauty, cosmetology. So whichever entry grade uko nayo, it does not mean that your dream of the career should die. The only difference is your what? Entry point. So if you want to do electrical engineering, even with an E, unaweza anza na upande. Is that clear? So we have a variety of programs that are going to be available to you. Number 2, will government still sponsor students in either government, university, or private? This is a very good question. Effective class of 2022, the government no longer sponsors students in private universities. Again, those students who will opt to go and study diploma programs in university, you will also not be funded. I repeat, students who will opt to study diplomas in university, you will not be funded, utakuwa self-sponsored, as much as you have applied via COOPS. So if you want to benefit for the college, you apply to TVET institutions, at that point you will be funded. So does COOPS call to private universities? I've answered that. What happens if a particular course, e.g. biomedical engineering, which is offered in KU, yet it doesn't have any other 3 choices. You select only that one. All right? You will also find that in veterinary medicine, it is only offered in 2. So utajaza hiyo zenye ziko available kwa system, you leave number 3 blank. By government sponsorship, do you mean help? Ama? No. I mean free money. I think that is the part I need to add. Government sponsorship is the money that the government pays to subsidize your cost of education. The same money that mlikuwa mnalipwa mkiwa high school. Or the same cost that is being paid to you high schoolers. And then the parent anaongeza kidogo. Is that clear? So right now, if you go into our system, there is somebody who is going to faint. Because utakuta Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery is 612,000. Yes, Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery is 612,000. From that, you apply for scholarship, and the government start funding part of that money. If the remainder, your parents are not able to raise, you fill the academic loan, which is HELB loan, and then the last part is the parent is going to pay, which is going to be around 60-70K per year, from 612. But if you don't apply for that scholarship, mtajilipia the entire amount.
It's too much.
So you want me to answer?
Just whatever is co-created. Doesn't very for medical.
Some of the questions they're asking that interview during the music festival.
Yeah.
Like coming into the university, what you can do, refer them to the university's YouTube channel because we have Congo. So
Because the university is what?
yeah, it's investigations.
Yes.
Yeah. YouTube channel. They go and answer them there.
So all right. All right. Sawa. So, I'm going to answer this last question. What are the cluster subjects to do teaching, and how do you calculate cluster points? Now, calculation of cluster points, I won't give you the formula because you cannot do it for yourself.
come and start at the diploma level. Those with C- will come at diploma level when they have a credit. And then we have the C- with the diplomas and certificates. Those ones, if they did not get the C-, they will now go to the industry. They will not be able to join the degree. Yes. Then we would wish to inform you about our partners. We have many partners as a public university. One of them is the Ministry of Higher Education and Science Technology. All the public universities and all the education sector are under that ministry. Then we have the Commission of University Education. I know from where you are coming from, you are at the KICD, but for university programs, they have to be accredited and be approved by the commission. And I want to assure you that all the programs that we are informing you about today, they are all accredited and they qualify for even going to work outside the country, for those ones who say they want to work in Germany. Then we have COOPS. We have had an officer from COOPS, and she has explained to you that they are the ones who do the placement. We have HELP, who assist you with the whole loans, and I'm sure most of you will need that loan. We have the university funding. The university funding deals with the scholarship. We have the loans and the scholarship, once you are given the scholarship, you are not supposed to pay back. It's not like a loan. So that's a free education, as she has indicated, from the government. We also partner with county government. We partner with private organizations. You have seen Dr. Muridi talking to you, and other members, banks and NGOs. And we also have individuals who come and they want to flaunt to assist and pay for the students' education. Then about our programs at DeKUT, we have 6 schools and 7 institutes, which are School of Science as listed there, but I won't read them through because I have indicated the programs and the department they have in that schools. Under the School of Science, we have Department of Chemistry, and the Department of Chemistry offers Bachelor of Science Industrial Chemistry, Bachelor of Science in Leather Technology, Bachelor of Science in Polymer Chemistry. We have Diploma in Leather Technology. Then once you complete those bachelor's degrees, you will not need to go out. We still have the postgraduate degrees, which we have the Master's in Science in Chemistry, Master of Science in Leather Technology, and PhD in Chemistry. And then we have another upcoming program, which we cannot offer at the moment because it is going through the accreditation process. But by the time you are done with your first degrees, it will be ready for offer. Then we have, under the same school, we have the Department of Statistics and Actuarial Science. The department offers Bachelor of Science in Actuarial Science and Master of Science in Applied Statistics. The third department is Department of Mathematics and Physical Sciences. And those who are interested, who are good in mathematics, you'll come and pursue Bachelor of Science in Mathematics Modeling. Then we have School of Engineering, and it has a number of departments. We have Department of Civil Engineering. We have an upcoming program which is in queue, and that is PhD in Civil and Environmental Engineering, which will start being offered soon. And then we have Master of Science in Civil Engineering. We have Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, Bachelor of Technology in Building Construction, and Bachelor of Education in Technology, Civil Engineering. Under the Department of Chemical Engineering, we have Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering and Master of Science in Chemical Engineering. The third department is the Department of Mechanical Engineering, which has a number of programs. We have Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, for those who want to pursue mechanical engineering. We have, kindly let's have silence. We have Bachelor of Education in Technology, Mechanical Engineering, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Master of Science in Industrial Engineering and Management, and Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering. School of Engineering continues. We have Department of Mechatronics Engineering. There are those ones who are talking of robotics. That's where you get Bachelor of Science in Mechatronics Engineering and Master of Science in Advanced Manufacturing and Automation Engineering. We have Department of Electrical and Electronic Engineering. There is an upcoming program for those who will be here that time in PhD in Electrical and Electronic Engineering. Then we have other programs which are Master of Science in Electrical and Electronic Engineering, Master of Science in Telecommunication Engineering, Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Electrical and Electronic Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Telecommunication and Information Engineering, and Bachelor of Education in Technology, Electrical and Electronic Engineering. We have the Department of Education Technology. It's the one which services the Bachelor of Education in Technology programs that I've led in electrical, mechanical, and civil. And it also offers postgraduate diploma in technical and vocational education. We have a School of Nursing, and they specialize in Bachelor of Science in Nursing. That is our bachelor's degree. We have about other 3 master's programs which are upcoming there. Okay. We go to School of Business, Management, and Economics, those who want to be in that field. We have the Department of Business Management, and for bachelor's programs, we have Bachelor of Commerce, Bachelor of Business Administration, and then we have postgraduate diploma, which fall under Master of Business Administration, PhD in Business Administration and Management, Master of Science in Business Analytics, Master of Science in Supply Chain Management.
Kindly be calm. Let us be calm, kindly, so that we can be able to get what the registrar is telling us. Even if you have questions, yes, they can be coming, but do it silently. Kindly. Madam Registrar, kindly continue.
And then we have Master of Science in Project Management. The other one is Master of Science in Economics. We have postgraduate diploma in Project Management. And then for those who attained below C+, you can start with the Diploma in Business Administration. And at the same school, we have Department of Operations and Supply Chain Management. We have a Master of Science in Innovation and Entrepreneurship Management, Bachelor of Purchasing and Supplies Management, and Diploma in Purchasing and Supplies Management. We go to the School of Computer Science and IT. Under the Department of Computer Science, the bachelor's degrees there is the Bachelor of Computer Science. We have a Master of Computer Science and a Doctorate in Computer Science, in that order. Then in the Department of Information Technology, we have Bachelor of Business Information Technology, Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Business Information Technology and Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. And then we also have a postgraduate diploma in animation and visual effects. If Dr. Gekuda is there, he'll explain to you more about this postgraduate diploma, which is very interesting for those people who want to do filming. We have the institutes. We have Geothermal Energy Training and Research Institute. We have one bachelor's degree referred to as Bachelor of Science in Geology, and then it feeds to postgraduate diploma in Geothermal Energy Technology and Master of Science in Geothermal Energy Technology. We have Institute of Tourism and Hospitality Management. We have Bachelor of Sustainable Tourism and Hospitality Management, Masters of Sustainable Tourism and Hospitality Management, a diploma in Sustainable Tourism and Hospitality Management, and we have an upcoming doctorate degree program on that degree. We have the Institute of Food, Bioresources, and Technology. At least everyone has benefited from that, has benefited from that school. For today, I've seen everyone taking a yogurt. We have Bachelor of Science in Food Science and Technology, Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Dietetics, Master of Science in Food Science and Technology, PhD in Food Science and Technology. We have a diploma and certificate in coffee technology because of this legion, and also we have a lot of coffee at our farm. So we are able to come up with a program so that we can train the farmers about it, and now also our students. We have Institute of Geomatics, GIS, and Remote Sensing. The first bachelor's degree is a Bachelor of Science in Geomatics, Engineering, and Geospatial Information Systems. This is a 5-year degree course. We have a Bachelor's of Science in Geospatial Information Science and Remote Sensing. This is a 4-year degree course. We have a Master's of Science in Geospatial Information System and Remote Sensing, and we have a doctorate on the same program. We have an Institute of Criminology, Forensics, and Security Studies. This is what we offer at our Nairobi campus. We have a Diploma in Security Management, Bachelor of Science in Criminology and Security Management, and a Master's program in Forensics and Security Management. We also have another institute, Institute of Technical and Professional Studies. We have 3 certificate programs at the Building, Electrical and Electronics Engineering, and certificates in Fashion Design and Interior Decoration. And we have a diploma on the same 3 programs. I've given you the programs, but I would like to tell you or to ask you why study at DeKUT. For our students, is there anyone here who has had a sibling study at DeKUT? No one? Okay, maybe now you'll be the first in the family. And one thing I would wish to assure you is our students complete their programs on time. I can, like the group that graduated in December, their cohorts in other schools could probably be in that year. So when you come to DeKUT, we do not waste time. We have a trimester-based system, and for the group, like now the group that joined in September, the 2023 group, by December, they will have completed second year. So in January next year, they will either be proceeding on attachment or we'll be proceeding on third year. That's how fast we go. And then that's why we have an interrupted learning, because we are able, unless a student is proceeding on attachment, we offer education throughout. We have a serene environment conducive for learning. We have 1,000 acres of land here. You can move around, you can sit, stand anywhere to study. And then, as the VC had explained, I won't repeat that because we have high quality of training. We also have competitive programs that are industrial focused and results in high employability. I've just met one of our students who graduated in December, and he's already working with one of the companies who have started here. Currently there is a student or 2 who are waiting to proceed to Germany, having graduated in December, because of how competitive our programs are. Those ones are in mechatronics engineering. We have affordable education. Affordable education in that we have, I'll explain that later, because there's a way we are able to assist the students who have financial issues. And then we have integrated programs that follow continuity. You have seen that when we have a bachelor's degree, it continues to master's and PhD, and that one is also an advantage, because if you want to go to academics, you have to follow a certain field. Then we also have rich campus life. We have so many types of sports. Our students are very good in sports and drama. We are mainly in STEM, but our students, last year we had competition on drama, and our students performed so well. Actually, they were among the best. Yet, it is a core curricular activity. Holistic education, the VC had explained about that. We also support students in various ways. We also have support on supportive community, on fellow student staff and the surrounding community. We may be having internal accommodation, but we have been able to work with the community, and we are able to have affordable accommodation and hostels where we work together with the community and we provide very good services. There is very high internet connectivity. I'm sure those who have their mobile phones and they have access to password, they can testify to that. The issue of access to the university. If you go to other universities in big towns, there's always the issue of traffic and all that. Here you take about 10 minutes from Nyeri town. Our library has over 7,000 volumes of hard books and online materials of volume of 500,000 and above. This could have improved by now. As I have told you, there's something on the issue of the support of the student. There's something we call coffee hour. Were you going for coffee with your teachers at school? Please speak up. Yes? Anyone who a class that used to have a coffee hour or to have a coffee date with their teachers? Okay, at DeKUT, every semester, a class or student must have a coffee hour. So where you go, you are served with coffee, and then you discuss all the issues, either personal or academic. And in that kind of an environment, you are able to interact with your lecturers and tell them what you could be going through. And that one is escalated up to the VC's office. If there's an issue, it will be discussed and your issues are sorted. Before I finish, and as you plan to go out, I would like to take you on a virtual tour of our university. This is what we call the resource center. And it houses mainly the administration offices and the library. For those ones who will be coming to pursue engineering, that is where you will be based, the academic block, School of Engineering. That is our library. That is where you are seated, the Freedom Hall. How does it look? Are you comfortable sitting here? For those ones who want to work with the robotics, that is the mechatronics lab. But you still go to visit. I'm just taking you for a virtual tour. For the mechanical engineering, like our VC, that is one of the labs. These are just a few labs I've taken. For the chemists, that is our chemistry lab. For those ones who want to go to tourism, DeKUT is the only university probably in Africa or the world where we have a conservancy. So if you come to pursue tourism, or you don't come to pursue tourism, but you come to DeKUT, we have wild animals. That is still part of the conservancy. That is an upcoming science and technology park, which the VC indicated and told you that there are going to be over 450 companies which will be situated there. So you are welcome once you join, either to come up with a company or to be employed there. Then we also have the Directorate of Student Welfare, where the office mainly deals with the guidance and counseling, accommodation, sports, clubs, and work-study placement. some of the things we do here, when you're going home, you can buy yourself a sanitizer, you can buy yourself a hair lotion. We also have the DeKUT Financial Office Aid. This office is the one I was telling you, it guides and supports students with financial challenges. We are able to liaise with the companies, we are able to liaise with the county governments, and we also have our bursary, the DeKUT bursary. Those students who qualify, after we interview them, they are able to continue with their education comfortably. We also have the DeKUT Career Office, which is led by Dr. Daniel Jeroge. And this one supports students realize their full academic potential, produce graduates who are prepared for the world of work, and it enhances the rate of paid employment and self-employment. I've told you we have several students who graduated just the other day and they have managed to get the jobs. This is part of student life at DeKUT. These are some of our sports and our students. This one I see Daktari there talking to our students sometimes back. And we also have students, we always have a old talk called Tribe to Educate. So once you join, make sure you, at least before you leave Kimathi, you will have taken that hiking to Mount Kenya. This is what I was telling you. We have an arrangement with local investors where you get good accommodation, where there's security and it's safe. Some of our distinguished alumni are His Excellency Mwai Kibaki, Mr. Duncan Degwa, who before you were born, he was the Governor, Central Bank of Kenya. Then we have the former President of South Africa. We have Mr. Professor Minori Sasaki and Professor Akihiko Saito. These are from Japan. We have Engineer Tony Gedenji and Mr. James Waifochi. These are some of our great men of this country and across the world whom we have honored and awarded the honoris causa degree. I only wish to leave you with, let us not risk becoming the best informed society that ever died of ignorance. I hope I've given you all the reasons to be at DeKUT. Those are our contacts. Thank you for your attention. For questions, what I have presented, we have the deans of all the schools who will be able to respond well on the career progression.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Registrar. Let's appreciate our Registrar. Yeah, thank you. So at this point, I know you have given enough questions, and we are expecting more if you have. Because before we wind up, we want to respond to those questions. Yeah, so Ashes, you can correct all the papers with the question. So I'll give a chance to our deans. They have the question, they will be able to answer them, they will attempt, there are a number of them. So we will start with Dr. Mboro. Dr. Mboro will be answering on engineering. I hope we don't have more for engineering. If they are there, please let them come. Dr. Mboro.
Kindly pass the questions that you have so that we collect them.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Mbote. Our Vice Chancellor, all protocols observed. Yeah, I hope you can hear me clearly. Yeah, I'm initially going to respond to two questions that I've already received. So, as introduced earlier, I'm the Dean School of Engineering. My name's Dr. Jenga Mburu. So the first question that I'm going to respond to is a question that was asked. I'm not sure who asked it, but it's asking if one is to choose between engineering and medicine, which one has a higher advantage and why? So I'm going to attempt to answer that question. So the first thing about this question, it's mentioning two sectors or two areas that are very important to a country or to a population or a society. This is engineering and medicine. So both areas of specialization or career are very important to a country. So for example, engineering is able to provide infrastructure, a building like the one that you're sitting in, where we have a shelter, we are indoors, is provided by a civil engineer. So at the same time, if you are unwell, if you are not feeling well, you are ill, maybe you need to see somebody who has specialized in medicine to take care of your health and so on. So that's what I mean by these two areas of engineering and medicine would be considered very important to a country or a sector. So for myself then, I would want to talk about engineering in a favorable way because that is my area. So the only difference for a student who wants to make a choice between the two areas of career is their qualification. So for example, for engineering, you need to have done very well in the mathematics and the natural sciences, that is physics and chemistry. But for medicine, you need those areas as well as biological sciences. So maybe that could be the difference that I'm able to highlight straight away. So both areas are very strong. You need to be well qualified. If you're coming for engineering in DeKUT, you need physics, or rather you need the mathematics, physics, and chemistry, together with the languages. And I also believe for those who will be joining medicine, in those universities that offer medicine, equal qualification will be required. But of course, including biological sciences. So whoever asked that question, I hope you are satisfied wherever you are. But if you need more information, then we could still talk. So the other question that I had received earlier was to, actually the question is, what are the branches under electrical engineering? So I'll again attempt to respond to this. So generally the branches that we have under electrical engineering would be considered the power systems. This is basically the power that we see for lighting and for driving our machinery. We also have telecommunication systems. So the system that we need to communicate, including our mobile phones, and these kind of gadgets, they could fall under electrical engineering. Then we have digital electronics. So this branch or area of electrical engineering also helps with the areas of computing, the computer hardwares, and so on. Nowadays, we have other areas like microelectronics, where we are able to make sensors and so on. So overall, I think those are the areas that we have in electrical engineering. At undergraduate level, you'll be able to learn courses that relate to these areas. And also if you advance, if you do your master's and your PhD, you can specialize in some of these areas. So whoever asked that question, I hope that is a good response. And if you're not satisfied, we can still discuss further. So there are some more questions which have come. I think look at this one. Do you offer courses on aeronautical engineering or aerospace engineering? Currently, no, but we are aware about this kind of courses. So these courses, we don't offer them in the School of Engineering currently.
Software engineering.
There's somebody to respond to that. Yeah, they can do that. Then the next question is asking, what does it take for one to qualify for strong in mathematics, physics, and chemistry? Nowadays, there's also a requirement for language, so English or Kiswahili, you have to be strong. And these are very competitive courses, so you have to perform very well. I have another tiny paper here. Yeah, I think I've responded to this that was asking about choosing between a course in medicine and engineering. So for now, I think those are the questions that I had. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Boro. Yeah, I know most of the questions now will be repetitive, but anyhow, we will try to do the summarized one so that then we don't repeat ourselves. So, Dr. Sang, I think you had a couple of questions, so you can answer. Then we will have, I think there was a consistent question for nursing in the area of biology. Then we will have Boreidi and then DVC and the Vice Chancellor.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. I hope we are still on. Okay, I'll just focus on the questions that have been asked. I'm Dr. Sang from School of Business, Management and Economics. I'll start with, there are two questions here which are related. One asks, what are the minimum grades to get in the required subjects to do accounting? And the other one is, which grade in business does one need to be an accountant? Okay. For you to, now, when the registrar was presenting the programs under the School of Business, we have Bachelor of Commerce and Bachelor of Business Administration. So you can apply for you to pursue career in accounting. You can apply to either of those two programs, BCom or Bachelor of Business Administration. In that year, we give you an opportunity to specialize. So for BCom, you can specialize in accounting at that level. And if you join business administration, you can specialize in accounting and finance as an option from that year. Now, for those two programs, you need a mini grade of C+. And then for the subjects, the key subjects that we look at, the first one is maths. You need a minimum of C, plain, and a language. So Swahili or English, you need a minimum grade of C. C+, mean grade, C in mathematics, and C in either Swahili or English for you to qualify to join Bachelor of Commerce or Bachelor of Business Administration. The other question, of course, this is not related to business, but I'll still attempt to answer. How many years does the law course take? And the required subject is maths really necessary? First of all, I want to say, and as Madam Sarah was presenting from COOPS, she said that you need to fall in love with mathematics because all the any program you want to join, you need to do well in mathematics. So maths is critical, even as if you're interested in law, just like any other program. And of course, they look at the other subjects, language, and humanity. And for those, for the required, the number of years that the program takes, in Kenya, you take 4 years, and you need another year to do your exam, the bar exam. There's a question, if I do medicine as a course in a university that is known of teaching medicine since the past, e.g. UON, and someone else doing medicine from a university not so much known in teaching medicine, who among us will get a job in a government institution? And I'll say both, yeah? Because what we are looking at is, have you qualified? Are you qualified? It doesn't matter the university, whether it's a university that has been there for a long time. What we need to see is a qualified doctor for you to get a job. So both will get a job in a government institution. Is it true that teaching for primary school, they check only mean grade of C plane? At the diploma level, yes, they look at a mean grade of C plane. I'm confused on which career I should take. I'm a student in Nyeri High. Now, I think if you follow the tips that were given by Dr. Mureithi, as he shared about career exploration, where you assess, you do a self-assessment, and then you look at the different options of careers that are there, and then you match your interests with the career choices, and probably he will also, as he responds to other questions, he can comment on that. But I think from that presentation, I want to believe that using the tips, you can easily get to settle on career that suits you as an individual based on your strengths and your weaknesses. Which is the most well-paying mshahara mkubwa? Okay. The most well-paying engineering course. And then what does business and economics entails and what are required? What does the land and economics engineering entail? Which university? Okay. I think let me respond to the one, what business and economics entails and what are required. Now, I think I've mentioned about the subjects and the grades that you require to join any program in business. Now, for business school, we teach, we teach business leaders, we teach CEOs, we teach any course that is related to business, from procurement to human resource management to accounting to finance. It's a diverse program. Even project management is also part of business and economics. So there are different fields that, and also career options that you can pursue if you join the School of Business Management and Economics. The main ones, of course, as we've said, the finance, the accountants, the procurement, the human resource managers, the marketing. Even marketing is also part of that. May not exhaust the entire list, but as we visit the various stands, we can share more of the career options that you can pursue in that line. I wish to do teaching in secondary level in maths and business, and I got maths B and B+ in business, but I failed in English since I got a C-. Can I do that course, or do they look for other languages like Swahili, which I had a B? I think in most cases for the programs that look for, we consider most of the programs we look at either English or Kiswahili. So they'll consider one of the languages, except for some few programs that may be specific, may be looking for English specifically. But in most of the programs, they look for either English or Swahili. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sang, for attempting to answer quite a number of those questions. And as I said, I scanned through those questions are almost similar. And because I don't want to take time that we are required to go to visit the various stand, I want to believe most of the questions that we have, we can be able to personalize them to the specific stand, because we have a stand for each school. If you have a school, a question on engineering, you still meet them on the ground, and you can be able to be guided through that question, so that then we don't take too much time. So at this point, I will invite Dr. Mureithi briefly, because they will have us, they can be able to go through, but you have some general one briefly, so that then we get then a conclusion from our Vice Chancellor.
Thank you very much, Registrar. Now, I've been asked 8 questions, but I'll not go through each and every one of them. So what I'll do is summarize them in terms of the areas that the questions are touching on. There's a question somebody is asking, what career is suitable for an introvert? Very interesting. What career is suitable for an introvert? Now remember, just like Dr. Kosge said, we talked about the 3 steps in career exploration. We talked about, firstly, self-assessment. You've done your own assessment as a person and you feel you are introverted. Then we said, look at the options available in terms of researching the various options available. And then something else I may not have emphasized a lot, look at the networking. Somebody said your network is your net worth. In other words, network with professionals in that area so that they can give you guidance in terms of what to expect in a career, what there is about that career, so that even when you're making the choice, then it becomes much easier for you to make the choice. For example, if you're an introvert, that means you don't like working with human beings a lot, isn't it? You'd prefer to work with machines. What career options are there? In my view, you can be a librarian, not so. You can be a system analyst, isn't it? Meaning you're working with computers, and DeKUT Career University offers that opportunity. So look at all those options, and then you can easily be able to make the choice. Then somebody was also asking about areas to identify passion. I think we've already said, do your own internal self-assessment. In other words, diagnostic review of yourself in terms of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And once you have done that, then it is possible for you to say, I think I am more inclined towards STEM courses, or I'm more inclined towards humanities, etc., etc. Then there was a question that came in, and this is very interesting. What should you do when you feel or regret of choosing a certain subject in high school, or when you extend into 12 midnight and the following day you feel sleepy? How do you know which passion in a career? Now, please be moderate. If you're reading books until 1 or 2 or 3 a.m., then certainly the following day you're going to have challenges in terms of keeping up in the class. So be moderate. And I think even at the university we are told, don't just be a bookworm. Also go into co-curricular activities, and networking is a good area for you to get into. The final question is in regard to what would you advise somebody to do during long holidays? And I believe this is a Form 4 leaver. What we said is that there is no end in learning. Learning begins at birth and ends at death. We talk about retooling and reskilling. Please, when you are free, like this time when you are having holidays waiting to go to the university, make sure that you do a course that you feel you are passionate about, that will add value to yourself. And the beauty about that course is that that knowledge you learn will become useful in future years. The final one is in regard to piloting and military and so on. Somebody was asking, must I join the military to become a pilot? Now, I have the advantage of having been a member of the board of directors at Kenya Civil Aviation Authority. And in terms of careers in aviation, there are lots of them. You can be an air traffic controller, you can be an air accident assessor, you can be a maintenance engineer, you can also be a pilot of a helicopter, a pilot of an aircraft. But the best thing is talk to the experts. Perhaps the best thing is talk to somebody who's a pilot, or go to the Kenya School of, East African School of Aviation, and then you can easily find out what courses are offered there, and then you can decide whether that is your line. And I think there was also a question that came about aeronautics, and I'm sure the courses available at DeKUT Career, or even the experts here, can easily be able to guide you on the various levels of engineering that you can offer. We cannot exhaust the discussion. I think what the registrar has said, talk to the people at the desks, and they'll be able to give you much more information in regard to career choices. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Murithi. Kindly, our Vice Chancellor, I know you are also not able to answer all these questions, and that's why you are giving us a platform for an open session.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good. So mine is really more of a conclusion remarks. There is somebody who have asked, What factors do you consider when choosing a university? Maybe you could elaborate. It's not really there is the university. First of all, start with the programs. Our speakers have said, start with what do you want to do. The next question, where can I do it? What is the quality? At which quality is it offered at? And then the other questions really can continue. That's why we have given you an option today. Come, explore, get as much information as possible, know what we offer, what interests you, look at what is the most other very important question. What can I do with each of these degree programs? What are the possible career paths and the possibilities? Dr. Murithi here has told us, for example, in the civil aviation, what are the possibilities? But before you get those possibilities, which degree can help you get there? And what can you do with each and every program? I think that's a very important question that you again start asking yourself. And I believe during the round tour in the stands, we have placed specific people qualified in every field to answer those particular questions. And again, we have emphasized, look at your passion, your interest, and love what you do. I think there is a question Dr. Murithi has mentioned, somebody asking about regretting dropping a certain course. For example, in engineering field, if you dropped physics, please just forget it, because physics is a basic requirement. Just like if you drop biology, you cannot qualify in any health sciences course. But that is not the end. It means that explore the possibility of the areas where you chose, because that's the only way you can be able to progress. But again, I also tell students that even the first degree may not necessarily determine your career. The world is changing. There are so many emerging trends, emerging possibilities. I can mention, for example, the area of artificial intelligence, emerging area. There are so many other emerging areas, but you still need the foundational degree and you need building blocks. And that's why we always talk about lifelong learning. You have to keep on re-educating yourself. You have to keep on relearning new things, and that is how you progress in life. So I wish you success in your round tour, in the questions and answers, down there in the tent, in the walk through the university. And again, please, I hope at the end of the day, you will have conceived something that will help you going forward. So thanks a lot, and asante sana. Registrar.
Thank you, our Vice Chancellor. Yeah, so we are coming to an end of our session, the talk session. So after this, and as I conclude, I would like one of the Form 4 leavers to come and say something, move a vote of thanks. So after this, so I know you are there, you can, a volunteer. So after this, we will be proceeding to where we have the exhibition. So we will walk around. There are those specific questions that you have. You'll be able to ask them there, and they'll be answered. The housekeeping issues, I know we have bottles, we have some yogurt cups, the empty ones. We have dustbins outside the facility. Please make sure it goes to the dustbin. Kindly. And ushers, if you are around, we make sure that we coordinate that. For our teachers and the guests who are around here, any parent who is around, as a student is walking around the tent, you can join the faculty here. You'll be given a meal card. You can have a cup of tea with us, kindly, for the teachers who are here, courtesy of the Vice Chancellor. So don't leave, don't just ignore there is something that you can take. Of course, as you also manage your student for other affairs. So is there any volunteer? Any volunteer? Guys, you are not happy with what was said. You are not happy. Can I get one? Clear. You are the only one I know. So come and move a vote of thanks.
All protocols observed, and the students from Four Rivers, good afternoon. So I would first love to thank God because, without God, hatungekuwa hapa, si ndio? So we first appreciate God. So a round of applause for God. Yes. And I would love also to appreciate the Dedan Kimathi faculty for enabling us to have this opportunity to be guided on the careers for the Form 4s or Form 3s who are here after you have gotten your good grade, amen. You can decide on the career that you want to take. For the ex-Form 4s, I know, right now, at least you have an idea, single kidogo too. And further on, you may want to take engineering, medicine, depending on what you like. But I would like to emphasize on that one thing. It's not choosing what you like, but liking what you chose. Because, okay, for example, for me, I want to do IT. And for IT, I can be a web developer, I can be a data analysis, I can be so many things in the web networking or anything. But we like